Mom accidentally walks in on her son naked and discovers a big secret about his boy. Her worried reaction catches her friend Pilar's attention. Pilar laughs it off, thinking it's no big deal. After all, Ursula's son is growing up. But Ursula still worries that her inbreeding might have caused her son's abnormality. Pilar reassures her and offers to do a tarot reading for her son. Pilar lays out a tarot deck in front of José, telling him to relax and pick 3 cards. But when she sees the results, her expression suddenly turns serious. José feels pretty smug about this. But just then, Pilar suddenly reaches under the table. José instantly feels a hand, like he's been electrocuted, leaving him weak. The moment is broken when Ursula walks in. Pilar tells her that José won't have to worry about women or offspring in the future. Ursula finally relaxes, unaware that her son's fate has just been completely altered. That night, José can't stop thinking about that strange feeling. He's all hot and bothered, tossing and turning in bed. He sneaks out of the house and, as if possessed, heads towards Pilar's place. In the darkness, a hand grabs José. Pilar seems to be expecting him. On this not-so-quiet night, José becomes a real man, and Pilar experiences unparalleled pleasure. The next day, clueless Ursula asks Pilar to look after her 2 sons. José and Pilar secretly hold hands, enjoying this fresh and exciting feeling. But Aureliano notices something off about his brother. He realizes José always leaves his room at night, only returning just before dawn. After persistent questioning, José told the truth. Although Aureliano is young, he's curious about the amazing experiences his brother describes.
Toda la cosa que se puede hacer con la lengua de león. Te sorprendería, como un temblor de tierra.
Meanwhile, Buendía has no idea his eldest son has gone astray. He's still absorbed in his inventions and creations. He finally succeeds in developing a solar-powered weapon. It can focus the sun's energy to ignite distant objects. Buendía and his family are thrilled, and even Ursula slightly changes her attitude towards his research. Suddenly, familiar music fills the air. The gypsy caravan has returned to Macondo. Buendía excitedly takes his sons to watch the acrobatic show, as these gypsies always bring something new. After paying 30 reals, Buendía sees a massive ice-cold stone. He's never seen ice before and thinks it's a diamond. He pays another 5 reals just to touch it. The icy sensation is unlike anything he's ever felt. But his main goal is to see his old friend Melquiades. Then he asks an old man performing an invisibility trick.
Melquiades murió en los médanos de Singapur.
Buendía feels like the world is spinning. Before he can ask more, the old man vanishes in a puff of black smoke, along with the other gypsies. At that moment, Buendía's world seems to be spinning. He returns to his lab, devastated, deeply missing the man who introduced him to the world of science. The best way to honor Melquiades, he decides, is to keep the alchemy he brought alive. That night, Ursula suddenly goes into labor. With Buendía holed up in his lab, Ursula gives birth to a baby girl on her own. She still fears the inbreeding curse. But luckily, the baby doesn't have defect. As the whole family celebrates the new arrival, Buendía finally emerges from his lab. He proudly shows off his alchemical achievement. He's extracted gold from an alloy. But José says a different opinion.
Parece mierda de perro.
Buendía, furious, slaps him. This slap changes José's fate. Full of resentment, he runs away to seek comfort from Pilar. He's tired of spending all day in the lab with his father and would rather be with Pilar. They stroll through the market holding arms like a couple, watching a flying carpet in the sky. That's when Pilar sweetly shares a surprise with José.
¿Vas a tener un hijo?
José is scared out of his wits. He's still living under his father's protection and never imagined becoming a father himself. He chooses to avoid reality, forcing himself not to think about what's coming. That night, unable to sleep, José goes to the night market to clear his head. A sexy gypsy girl catches his eye. With just one look, they end up having an intimate night. It's not until the next morning that Ursula realizes José is missing. She hurriedly takes Aureliano to search for him. After hearing from neighbors that José was with a gypsy girl last night, Ursula rushes to the gypsy camp. But the caravan has left, and José has gone with them to see the colorful world outside. Ursula sends Aureliano to tell his father while she plunges into the forest to search for José. However, even after Buendía and the neighbors search for 3 days and nights, there's no sign of José. and Ursula has vanished too. The once lively courtyard suddenly becomes desolate. The task of caring for the baby girl falls to Buendía, but he remains obsessed with his alchemy research. Aureliano always helps with his experiments. 5 months later, while looking with a telescope, Aureliano suddenly spots a familiar figure. He quickly calls his father to look, confirming it's his long-lost mother. It turns out Ursula, while searching for José, stumbled upon a town on the other side of the swamp. She's returned with many skilled immigrants. Sadly, she still couldn't find José. Buendía is relieved. Ursula has fulfilled his unfinished wish, connecting Macondo to the outside world. They also gain 2 servants for their household. Just as the Buendía family is basking in the joy of reunion, Pilar suddenly shows up with a baby. Ursula don't want to accept that her friend had a secret affair with her boy and gave her a grandson. Buendía, sensing the shared bloodline, he feels compassion. Ursula agrees to adopt the baby but sets conditions.
Entonces esta puta no vuelve a poner un pie en esta casa. Y ese niño no va a saber quién lo parió.
So, the Buendía family grows by 1 more. Buendía names his grandson Arcadio, after his father José Arcadio. Aureliano, still melancholy over losing his brother, shuts himself in the lab, immersed in silversmithing. Arcadio and his aunt Amaranta grow up as close playmates. Aureliano loses his young looks and regains the intense gaze he had at birth.